Lovers of Go, known as Baduk in Korea, were stunned as master player Lee Sedol lost in his first match with the AI program AlphaGo. The popular KBS TV show Descendants of the Sun has created a sensation in China, opening a new chapter in the history of the Korean wave. And the Joint Chiefs of Staff has announced that North Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles toward the EC early Thursday morning. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Thursday, March 10th. I'm Luke Clary. Lovers of the ancient game of Go, known as Baduk here in Korea, were stunned as the world-acclaimed master of the game, Lee Sedol, lost out to the artificial intelligence program AlphaGo in the world's most anticipated Go matchup between human and machine. It appears that AlphaGo has improved its game even since it beat out a European champion 5 months ago.
The match was like a hard-fought battle that began without any reconnaissance work. Lee Sedol, 9th pro Go player, attempted to test AlphaGo by making an unusual move early on at Black 7.
이세돌 구단의 프로 인생에 있어서 처음 사용하는 수입니다. 바둑 역사상 처음 나오는 수일지도 모릅니다.
But AlphaGo never faltered, instead calmly placing its next stone. AlphaGo's play in the top right corner where Lee had built a stronghold ended up turning the game around completely. The artificial intelligence program realized that it was in a bind and made a game-winning 102nd move, which worked as effectively as it had predicted. Although AlphaGo made some mistakes in the latter part of the game, it didn't allow Lee to catch up from behind. Shaking his head in dismay, Lee had to throw in his stone to declare a loss. It was AlphaGo's automatic victory in 186 moves. Amazingly, the artificial intelligence program triumphed over the world's top Go player only 5 months after it defeated the European Go champion. But the war is not over yet. The second match between the machine and Lee Sedol began at 1 p.m. Thursday afternoon.
The popular KBS TV show Descendants of the Sun has created a sensation in China. Its popularity in the neighboring country has opened a new chapter in the history of Hallyu, or the Korean wave.
The KBS TV show Descendants of the Sun is all the rage among young Chinese viewers. The first 4 episodes of the show have been viewed more than 300 million times, topping the rankings for TV show searches.
超级喜欢，我已经放了4集，我已经看过2遍了。他喜欢女主，我喜欢男主。
Descendants of the Sun has become a buzzword on Chinese television and radio as well.
还有一个特点是速战速决，没有典型韩剧里的爱你在心头燃开的扭扭捏捏。
One of the factors behind the explosive popularity of the show lies in the fact that it was the first of its kind to air simultaneously in Korea and China through pre-production.
播放量已经突破了3个亿，因此产生的影响就是有更多的人为了看到这部剧，变成了爱奇艺的 VIP 会员。
With the popularity of the show skyrocketing, the Korea Tourism Organization is rushing to develop tourist items associated with the show and its filming sites. Descendants of the Sun is creating yet another sensation among Chinese fans of Korean culture.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff has announced that North Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles toward the EC early Thursday morning. The missiles are estimated to have flown about 500 kilometers.
North Korea fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles at 5:20 a.m. early Thursday morning. The Joint Chiefs of Staff announced that North Korea launched 2 short-range ballistic missiles from the Sakganmol region in North Hwanghae province toward the EC, northeast of Wonsan. Pyongyang had claimed on Wednesday that it had successfully developed a smaller, lighter nuclear bomb and unveiled its model. Then on the very next day, short-range ballistic missiles were launched. The missiles appear to have flown about 500 kilometers. The Joint Chiefs of Staff said that they're closely tracking and monitoring the situation and maintaining heightened vigilance against provocations from North Korea. This is the first time that North Korea fired short-range ballistic missiles this year. Previously, North Korea had launched on March 3rd 6 late-model 300mm rockets with a range between 170 and 200 kilometers toward the East Sea. North Korea's firing of the 300mm rockets and short-range ballistic missiles is believed to be a military protest against the UN Security Council's sanctions resolution, Seoul's independent sanctions against Pyongyang, and the joint ROK-US military exercises currently underway in South Korea.
The North Korean regime is known to be monitoring its residents to prevent them from contacting people in other countries. Those who are caught violating this policy can even be punished for treason. Here's more.
A large bowl-shaped antenna comes into view in this village in a border area between North Korea and China, located by the Tuman River. The antenna was installed to jam communication between locals and Chinese residents.
전화를 치지 못하게 신호 반대로 나가는 그 반대 신호를
After Kim Jong-un took power, a special department called Bureau 27 was established in the North State Security Department to block North Korean residents from contacting the outside world. Sources say that recently, even state-of-the-art mobile detectors brought in from overseas have been deployed to step up surveillance. Those who are caught contacting South Korea are incarcerated as political prisoners. Heavy offenders can even be executed for treason, depending on the content of their phone conversations.
The problem is that people can be charged with other crimes, from treason to smuggling to slandering the country and the regime.
The international human rights organization Amnesty International has launched a petition urging the North Korean regime to allow its residents to contact the outside world and use the internet, and will deliver the results to Pyongyang in late June.
Cheap imported agricultural products are falsely being sold as Korean products at high prices. The good news is that falsification of food origin will become much easier to detect as cutting-edge devices with foolproof distinction capabilities are developed.
This Korean restaurant owner claims that the kimchi served there is made in Korea. It's not easy to distinguish whether the kimchi is made in Korea or in China, even for professional food inspectors. But this analyzer using near-infrared rays can tell where the kimchi was made in just a few minutes.
재배 국가가 다르게 되면 토양이라든지 재배 환경이라든지 기후라든지 이런 차이점에 의해서 분명히 그 농산물의 품질 차이가 발생을 하게 되어 있고요.
Beef is hard to distinguish just by looking at its appearance, so the meat is put through DNA analysis for a nearly perfect confirmation of its origin. Even the cutting-edge electronic nose, which is capable of breaking down odor components, has been introduced to distinguish the origins of traditional medicinal herbs. This advanced device is even capable of telling how much imported ingredients are mixed into a batch. The National Agricultural Products Quality Management Service reported that at present, such high-tech devices are used to identify the origins of roughly 120 agricultural and livestock products.
Many people find that Korean beef, Hanwoo, to taste better than imported beef. Korean scientists say they know why, with a study that they say proves for the first time that Hanwoo contains significantly more flavor enhancers than imported beef.
The sight of Korean beef being roasted over a fire is almost irresistible. Most consumers agree that the Korean beef Hanwoo tastes better than imported beef.
수입산보다는 한우가 육질도 좋고 향도 좋고 고소하고 참 좋습니다.
A recent study shows that Hanwoo contains significantly more flavor enhancers than beef imported from other countries. An analysis conducted by the Rural Development Administration shows that Hanwoo contains 4 to 10 times more guanosine monophosphate and more than twice as many sweet substances than imported beef. Meanwhile, Korean beef was found to contain only half the amount of bitter-tasting hypoxanthine found in imported beef and 10 to 20% less acidic substances.
아무래도 품종의 차이와 사육 방식, 그리고 숙성, 그리고 전기작업과 같은 그런 도축 방식의 차이에서 비롯된 것으로.
The finding is welcome news to domestic cattle farmers, as it proves the superb quality of Hanwoo amid the growing consumption of imported beef, which now accounts for 50% of beef consumption in Korea. The scientific proof of the outstanding taste of Hanwoo will contribute to preserving the pride of this indigenous Korean delicacy.
It's not unusual for many women to find lipstick or perfume on the market somewhat unsatisfactory. Now, those dissatisfied customers will be able to purchase and use tailored cosmetics products that perfectly suit their skin tone and taste. Let's take a look.
This office worker in her 20s often experiences some troubles with choosing cosmetics fitting her skin tone. As there is no product perfectly right for her on the market, she has to mix 3 or 4 colors to make her own.
제 피부 색깔이나 건조함이나 이런 걸 해결해 줄 수 있게 딱 맞는 제품을 매장에서 직접 제조를 해주시면은 되게 편리할 것 같아요.
Customers will be able to purchase cosmetics products which meet their demand exactly in the store. It is the so-called custom-made cosmetics that allow customers to make their own products on site. They can purchase tailored lipsticks and perfume, as well as basic skincare products such as lotions and creams. The bespoke cosmetics will be first introduced to stores or duty-free shops in Myeongdong, Seoul, and Jeju Island, which are favorite destinations among foreign tourists. This is a measure directly targeting overseas markets where Korean cosmetics and makeup styles are enjoying huge popularity. In addition, the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety has decided to categorize hair loss treatment substances and hair colorants as functional cosmetics, which currently only include whitening or anti-wrinkle products.
The signs of spring have been evident ever since Gyeongjib, or the day that frogs awake from their hibernation. However, Gangwon Province experienced heavy snowfall of more than 20 centimeters on Wednesday, and with snow blanketing fresh-bloomed spring flowers, the region is a white wonderland. Let's take a look.
Ceaseless flurries of snow blanket a serene mountain temple in white. Yellow Adonis flowers, a harbinger of spring, peek out from the cold snow. Snow has also covered apricot blossoms, which have begun to bloom one after another.
서울은 좀 봄인데 여기 와서 다시 눈 내리다 보니까 좀 겨울에 다시 동심으로 온 것 같기도 하고.
The snowfall of over 20 centimeters has brought the winter back overnight. Tourists are captivated by the scenery of spring and winter coexisting side by side.
가슴이 너무 황홀해요. 천사가 된 기분이에요.
The unseasonal precipitation has turned a remote mountainous village into a snowy wonderland. Villagers have put their work aside and are busy removing the snow. The snow on the east coast mostly stopped overnight, but the chilly weather of the early spring cold spell is predicted to continue for the time being.
Typically, when you think of jam, what comes to mind? Strawberries or raspberries, sure, maybe peaches, but vegetables? Today, we bring you a report on how to make jam using vegetables such as carrots, bell peppers, and onions. This store in Seoul specializes in handmade jams. You can find jams made with all kinds of vegetables here.
마늘로도 잼을 만든다. 너무 맛있다.
Here's what makes vegetable jam so special.
채소 안에 있는 섬유소의 질긴 부분이 아무래도 익혀 드시게 되면 부드럽게 바뀌면서 소화에 도움을 주기도 합니다.
This woman makes vegetable jam firsthand because it's the only way to get her children to eat vegetables.
당근을 이제 조금 더 맛있게 먹을 수 있게끔 당근 잼을 만들어서 간식으로 주려고요.
First, prepare carrots and unpeeled apples. Apple skin is rich in pectin.
이 펙틴이라는 물질은 잼을 만들 때 서로 엉겨붙을 수 있게끔 형성해주는 역할을 하고요.
Grind the carrots and apples, add some sugar and water and boil for 40 to 50 minutes. Then add 1 spoon of lemon extract. The sour taste of the lemon enhances the flavor and aroma of vegetables and fruits. The beta-carotene found in carrots is better absorbed by the body when cooked, so carrot jam is an ideal way to consume it. Even children who hate carrots can't resist the delicious carrot jam spread over bread.
그냥 담궈 먹는 거는 좀 별로인데 잼으로 먹으니까 더 맛있어요.
Here's how to make jam with bell peppers. Take 200 grams of bell peppers, 2 grams of pectin, and 13 tablespoons of fructo-oligosaccharide syrup. Grind everything in a blender and boil over high heat for 15 minutes. Then add 1 spoon of lemon extract.
레몬 주스는 처음부터 같이 넣지 않고 잼의 당도와 풍미를 충분히 살린 후에 넣어주는 게 좋습니다.
You can enjoy this jam not only with bread or crackers, but also in a special way. To make a salad dressing, mix the bell pepper jam with water at a 1-to-1 ratio and add some lemon extract or vinegar. Jam made with nutritious vegetables will help you improve your appetite and enjoy a variety of flavors in unusual ways. And now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks so much for being with us. Tomorrow we bring you a rebroadcast of our 10th anniversary special. Hope you enjoy. Goodbye.